Hello and welcome back to Viper Bites, and we're going to continue on with a little series we like to call the Prospect Profile Series, and we are going to be dropping new videos almost daily leading up to the NFL Draft on some of the top prospects gearing up to play on some Sunday games here. So let's start off with a little housekeeping here. Make sure to hit a thumbs up, turn on those notifications, and make sure you're subscribing to the Vipers Network. Also, if you're listening on podcasting kind of platform here, we're on Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Apple, you name it, we're there. Make sure to take a second and rate and review because we are going to review the prospect profile of one Treylon Burks, wide receiver, Arkansas, who is arguably one of the top prospects in this entire draft. There's about 4 or 5 guys that you can make a claim for the number one spot. So, hey, if you got Treylon Burks up there at number one, I'm not going to fight you on this. He is a talented prospect. He dominated in the SEC despite playing on some pretty awful Arkansas Razorback teams throughout his career. And when you look at some of these things, he was recruited. He decided to go to Arkansas. It's not like he had no other choice. Teams like Michigan, Clemson, Florida State, they all had offers on the table for Burks' services coming out of high school. What does Burks have? What kind of intangibles does he bring to the table? How about he fits my guy, my type of guy here. 6'2", 225, 33.5-inch arms. The dude is large and in charge, and that's the way I like them. And being that big, the dude can move. He's pulling away from guys at 4.55 40. He's got a 33-inch vertical, a 122-inch broad jump. His three cone, 7.28, but hey, I don't care about that. When you look at his speed score, you add in that size plus that 4.55 40, 106.4, that is in the 87th percentile. As far as burst goes, it leaves a little lacking, a little bit to be desired there, but it's at 117.1, which is the 30th percentile. You want to talk domination? Treylon Burks dominated. 45.0 college dominator rating. That is in the 92nd percentile, while his breakout age at 20.5 is right around that 50%. And the target share. I mean, you knew Arkansas was throwing the ball at Treylon Burks. That target share, 31.3% there. That's good for the 93rd percentile. So when we're talking about what he did at his time there in Arkansas in 2019, he led the team with 475 receiving yards, 29 catches there, 16.4 yards per reception. He also returned kicks. So we can make fun of the guy who not has speed or whatnot. He still was a kick returner. He still returned punts, and he still demanded a 15.7% target share in the SEC as a freshman. Now, in that freshman season, where did he make his mark? How about a game against the LSU Tigers, against the Joe Burrow-led national championship LSU squad? 3 catches, 80 yards. Not a bad introduction to the SEC when you play competition like the LSU Tigers had there. Now in 2020, 51 catches, 820 yards, 16.1 yards per reception, 7 touchdowns. He earned himself second team all-conference, selected by the coaches there in the SEC as he was recognized as one of the most talented pass catchers amongst his peer group there. Those who were making decisions, those who see him every day, they like, yeah, this dude, he can play ball. 25% target share and a 71.8% catch rate. He had 90 or more receiving yards in 6 of 9 contests, and he also had 4 games which he had over 100 yards and 4 games with 7 receptions or more. And then there's that game against Missouri. You remember that game, 10 catches, 206 yards. I don't care who you're playing. If you're putting up 206 yards in the FBS, you're going to turn some heads. Now, in 2021, he set a Razorback record with 6 100-yard receiving games on his way to first team. Yes, first team all-SEC selection in 2021. 11 touchdowns in 12 starts. Absolute domination all the way across the board. And he gave the Alabama Crimson Tide absolute fits. Nick Saban's probably still seeing him in his nightmares. 2 touchdowns on 8 catches for 179 yards in that contest. You knew where Arkansas was going with the ball. There was no, you know what, maybe they'll dump it off here. No, they were going to Treylon Burks every single chance they got, and there was not a dang thing anyone could do to slow him down. In his career, 31 games, 146 receptions, 2,399 yards, at 16.4 yards per catch throughout his career. That is pretty impressive, and as well as 18 touchdowns. Now, how does Treylon Burks win? His strengths. He is tough as nails. You go back to his high school there. You can look this up. It's there. He basically played with one hand, still managed to catch 11 passes for 286 yards. I mean, 3 scores. This was in high school. Dominating, broken hand. He still was able to do this. Speed, size. I love this. I have a type. I'm not afraid to admit it. 6'2", 225, 4.55 speed. Yeah, that's going to get me excited. And he knows how to go after the ball. Okay, he can track this as well as any guy out there, over the shoulder, whatnot. And he's not afraid to go over the middle. He's got strong hands at the point of attack. And he's faced stiff competition throughout his career. Throughout his college career, the SEC is one of the best conferences all the way across the board. And he did this while being the focal point of an offense. Now, his weaknesses, a guy this big, the hands like this, I would expect him to catch more 50-50 balls than what he has. So that's something he needs to work on. And when he comes in and out of his breaks, it's a little drawn out at times. So just a couple little nitpicking items there. Now, basically, when we look at this whole thing, I've heard comps to Jordy Nelson. I've even heard A.J. Brown, to even Devontae Adams. Okay, these are all names I've been mentioned as player comparisons for Treylon Burks. While his burst score doesn't say he will blow by you, there's play times on the film you can see him pulling away from defenders. So I'm not too worried about that burst score because the speed is there and the size and everything. I mentioned he was tough as nails. He's competitive and he looks smooth when he goes out there each and every time. Now, the combine didn't do him any favors. It kind of left many of us scratching our heads, but I will trust the tape when it comes to Treylon Burks and what he's going to be able to do on Sundays in the National Football League. Before we go any further, there's a couple little more things here to talk about here. Head over to fantasypoints.com, enter promo code Vipers22, and make sure to check out the new 2022 NFL Prospect Guide there. You want the best of the best analysis when it comes down to it. How about Greg Cassell from NFL Films, 200 plus rookie profiles there. Yes, that's right. 200 rookie profiles. You got film analysis. You've got strengths, weaknesses, NFL transitions. We got mock drafts there. And of course, we've got Debbie rankings, rookie rankings. You name it. We rank just about everything you could possibly there. Check it out. And again, Wes Huber, one of the smartest guys I know, he's contributed to this. So, hey, you want that best bang for your buck draft magazine out there? Head to Fantasy Points, $25. You're not going to get a better deal out of that. Hey, and when NFL news drops, tune in right here to the Vipers Network and make sure those notifications are on because we are coming at you with more player profiles as we lead up to the draft here.